Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths and sometimes heights to ensure the power is always flowing, which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, so, when you sent over this USA Today article about the Menedez brothers, I got to say, I was fascinated.
Yeah.
It's one of those cases that you kind of remember hearing about,
Right.
Growing up, but then to see that decades after they were convicted for killing their parents,
Wow.
Jose and Kitty Menedez, now we're suddenly talking about like resentencing and then potentially even getting released.
It is. It's crazy.
It's a wild turn of events, wouldn't you say?
It really is. And it makes you think about how much our justice system has changed, even in the past couple decades, and how that's impacting people who were convicted years ago.
For sure. Yeah. So for everybody listening, let's sort of unpack this a little bit. Like rewind back to 1996, right?
Okay.
That's when they were convicted.
Yep.
So what's changed since then? Why are we even talking about resentencing them now?
Well, the big thing is the law in California has actually changed, like the actual legal code.
Okay.
So there's this thing called California Penal Code 190.2.
Okay.
And it's specifically about murder cases and special circumstances.
Got it.
So back in the 90s when they were convicted, that law allowed for really harsh sentences.
Yeah.
If there were certain things involved in the case.
Okay.
Like if somebody was lying in wait or if there was like a big financial game.
Right.
So those things could add on like extra time to someone's sentence.
I see.
But now they've changed that law. They've limited how much those things can actually impact a sentence.
Okay. Interesting.
So that's why the Menendez brothers are getting this new chance,
Right. So it's not necessarily that anybody thinks that they're innocent now.
Exactly. It's just the law itself.
It's just the way that the law is written has changed so much. Yeah.
Right. It's a technicality in a way.
It's fascinating. Yeah. And so this case, going back, I was in high school. I remember just how huge this was in the news.
Right, for sure.
Everybody was talking about it. And the prosecutor, their whole argument was basically greed. Right.
Yeah, classic inheritance plot,
It's trying to get their hands on the money.
Exactly.
But then the defense came back with a completely different story.
They did, yeah. They said it was abuse.
They said it was years of abuse from the parents, and that basically these murders were an act of, self-defense.
Exactly. Like they were desperate. They had no other way out.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And, I think that's part of why this case
I think so too.
became such a big deal. Because it really divided people.
Absolutely.
You had people who completely believed that they were cold-blooded killers.
Yeah.
And then you had others who were like, no, they were the victims here.
It was heartbreaking. Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. I remember people arguing about it, at family dinners.
Oh, yeah. It was everywhere.
A constant topic of conversation.
Yeah. It was hard to escape it.
And so they end up getting convicted, obviously, and then they go to prison. Mm-hmm. And this is where things get really interesting because now, all of a sudden, we're hearing about how they've basically been model prisoners this whole time.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
This USA Today article, it talks about Lyle, how he's been part of a hospice program in the prison.
Yeah, taking care of other inmates who are dying.
Yeah.
It's pretty powerful stuff.
It's amazing. And then they both, earn college degrees while they're locked up.
Yeah. That shows some serious dedication.
I know. Who does that?
Right.
But it makes you think, are they really trying to improve themselves?
It does. It makes you wonder.
What's going on in their minds?
It really does.
And even crazier, they both got married while in prison.
I know.
What is that about?
It's a whole other level, right?
A whole other level, yeah.
Makes you think about their lives and their, how different it is.
Totally
from what we imagine, you know?
I know.
It's not just sitting in a cell all day.
Right.
Clearly they're doing things, making connections.
Yeah, so I mean, what do you make of this, like, in terms of rehabilitation?
That's the big question, right?
I mean, can people who do something so horrific, can they really change?
Right. Like, are they capable of true transformation?
I mean, it really makes you think.
It does. It makes you re-examine everything.
About the justice system and, like, what it's supposed to do.
Exactly. Like, what's the goal here?
Is it just punishment, or is it also about giving people a chance to become better?
And how do you measure that change? You know?
Right.
Like, how do we know if it's genuine?
Yeah, and I think, it's easy to get caught up in all of this, but I think it's really important to remember the victims in this case, too.
Of course, absolutely.
Jose and Kitty Menendez's family, their friends.
Yeah.
These people were deeply affected by this crime.
It's a ripple effect. The trauma just spreads outwards.
Yeah, and that pain doesn't just go away.
Absolutely not.
It stays with them.
It lingers.
Yeah, it lingers, and it makes you think about, like, what does justice even mean in a situation like this?
Yeah, it really does.
How do you balance the needs of the victims with the potential for, rehabilitation of the people who committed the crime?
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one, yeah.
It's a really difficult balance to strike.
So here we are, all these years later.
Yeah.
We've got this legal battle going on.
Right.
About whether or not they should be resentenced.
Mm-hmm.
We've got these brothers who seem to have completely turned their lives around in prison. But then we also have this huge question mark hanging over their heads.
Totally.
Like, what happens if they do get released?
Exactly.
What kind of future awaits them?
Right. Like, can they truly reintegrate into society?
Yeah. And will people even accept them?
Yeah. Will they be given a real chance?
I mean, it's a real life experiment in second chances.
It really is.
It's fascinating, but it's also, like, kind of terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, there are no easy answers here.
No, not at all.
It's a very gray area.
And that's what makes this case so compelling, I think.
Absolutely.
It forces us to confront these really difficult questions.
It does.
About justice and rehabilitation and whether or not people can truly change.
It's thought-provoking, for sure.
It really is.
It makes you consider all sides.
Yeah, it's not black and white.
No, not at all.
It's very nuanced.
Yeah, it's messy.
It's messy.
That's life, right?
Yeah, that's life.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.